Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Geomatics Engineering, and in today's lecture we will learn about how to make a layout map using ArcGIS Pro. So for creating a layout we will use a project that is already available in ArcGIS online portal. So for opening a project from ArcGIS online portal we need to go to project, then click on open project. Then from the option open another project, we'll go to the portal option. Then from portal, we'll click on ArcGIS Online. Then in search ArcGIS Online, we will search for make a layout. Then click enter. Then you can see that here at the top, make a layout project package. So there are multiple. So we will select that one that is having the symbol of authoritative. So we'll select this and click on OK. So it will open this project for us. So this project opens up with an active map view that is showing some buildings in New Zealand. So this will be the main map of the layout, and these buildings are symbolized by the average yearly solar radiation they get. So dark orange buildings get the most sun exposure and yellow buildings get the least. So now we'll go on the view tab, and in the windows group we'll click on pane sets and click on mapping. So this will reset all the pane setting that are opens. Will just open the catalog, geoprocessing and the table of content, and all other panes will be closed. Now we'll make the region map view active by clicking its tab. So here you can see that a region map has been added here already. So this region map contains an imagery base map of the area and the surrounding area. So we'll use it later in the tutorial to add a small overview map to your layout. Now we'll start making the layout portrait view. So we have already a layout view added here. So here a map has been already created, and now we have to learn how this map can be created. So for that we will create a blank layout and try to replicate this layout by our own self. So for creating a new layout, so the first map we are going to create in portrait view. So for creating a layout view, first we need to insert a blank layout. So go to insert view. Under the project group, click on the new layout, and under the new layout we are going to select the page orientation and option that you want to select. So as we are going to create the replica for this map, so we are going to select the portrait letter page size. So it will create a new portrait layout for us. And now you can see that in the content pane in the drawing order, we'll right click on this layout and we'll click on properties, and on the layout properties dialog box click on this general tab and change the name of your layout. So we are going to create a portrait layout, so we'll write it as layout portrait. One layout portrait is already there, so we'll write as layout portrait 1 and click on OK. So you can rename the layout name from here, or also just by double clicking on this layer you will see this general option again. So just by right clicking on this layer or just by double clicking on this layer you can open the layout properties. So now the name change is reflected in this content pane and also in this view tab above this ruler. Now here this ruler is very useful while creating any of the map. So we will add multiple guidelines for our layout map. Like here in the first map you can see that these blue lines are multiple guidelines that will help to align all the map elements properly and in distributed manner. So how to add these guidelines? So when you will be right clicking on this ruler, you can see this add guide option. So now we'll select the add multiple guide option, and under orientation we'll click on both, and in the placement drop down we will select the offset from edge option, and we will replace this margin values as 0.25, then click on OK. So you can see that our, like, at the edges of this layout map some guidelines has been added. Now we'll add some more guidelines. So just right click on this ruler, click on add multiple guides, then we'll select the orientation as horizontal and placement as offset from edge, and we will change this value of margin as 1. Now we'll click on OK. So you can see that one more guideline has been added. So we'll be able to properly label our title within this guideline. So as you can see that this existing map, we have a guideline for the title, then the subtitle, one more guideline for subtitle. So you can also add multiple guidelines just by right click on this layer, and when you don't have a proper margin number in the mind, so you can just manually right click on this and just click on add guide, so it will also directly add a guideline in the layout view. And you can also remove any of the guideline just by clicking on that line and remove that guide, so that will also be removed. So in the below we will be adding one guide so that we can place the scale and the legend there. So we'll just click on this add guide and it will add guides for us. So now you must have understood how to add guidelines in the layout map and what is the use of these guidelines. Now we'll start creating our map. So first we'll start adding with map frame. So we'll go on the insert tab, then under the map frame you can select all the map layers that are there in your view tab, all will be visible here. So we want our map layer which is having that solar data of buildings. So we'll select that, and after selecting you need to draw that on the layout, like up to what area you want to see that map. So I am drawing the map frame in this middle portion of the layout. Now you can see that the map has been added. Now to adjust its zoom level, you need to go to this layout tab, then click on activate. Then you can zoom in, zoom out and pan the map area. Now the map area and zoom level has been set up, so you can just go to layout view again and then close the activation. Now again you are back to map view. Then we will add all the map surroundings elements. So first we will start adding with the legend. So we'll go the to insert, then here in the map surround you can see the legend option. So what option you do like, you can select that. So I am selecting here the legend 6. You can see the existing map is having the legends place here over the map, so we will also place our legend here in the map. Now you can see that the legend has been placed, but the color symbology of the legend is like as same as our map view, so we can change the color of the legend. So just right click on this legend, go to the properties of this. In this option you will be seeing you can change the border color, background color or shadow color of the legend, but we want to change the text color, so we'll click on this text option and you will see all the properties of text has been appeared. So we'll change the font color as white. So you can see that now all the colors has been visible, and we'll change the font style as bold. So now you can see that the legend font is visible properly. You can also, like in legends, you can also do some more things. Suppose you want to change the legend based on the what data is available on the map, so you can enable this option. So what all data will be there on the map, only the legend attributes for those will be appeared. Then you can also change the properties of legend items. So in the legend items, click on the show properties, so you can enable the headings, disable the headings, or remove this layer name or label name. So as per the need of your map, you can enable and disable these options. So currently I'm enabling all these. Now as we have added the legend, we'll move on to adding some more map surrounds. Like we will start adding by scale bar. So I will click the scale bar, and whatever scale you want to add in your map, you can add those. So I am choosing this one, the first one, and we have already the guideline, so we'll follow the guideline and add the scale here at the bottom of the map. So you can see that the scale has been properly added. Now we want to add the title for this map. Go to graphics and text, and you can see that here the straight text option. So we want to write the text here in this box, and our map title is solar radiation for building in central Wellington. And as the size is too much large, so we'll change the size of this graphic. Here you can see that a text box has been added. Just reduce the size. So I think 28 is little bigger. We'll change it to 26 is fitting perfectly. We'll bold the headings, and again the size needs to be decreased little bit. So we have added the title. Now if you want to add some more details regarding the map, like north arrow, that is necessary for a map, so we'll click on this north arrow, select north arrow design, and I'm adding the north arrow here at the bottom of the map. So I'll place it at the right side of the map following the guidelines. You can also add some dynamic text in your map. So suppose here in the graphic and text, you can see this dynamic text option. So like if you want to add the credits, you can select the credits option and dynamically the text will be added. So we'll reduce the size of it, and again we'll follow the guidelines. So we'll right click on the properties. You can see that here a dynamic text that is formula based has been added. So based on the map frame property, it will automatically change if you change the map frame. So that is how dynamic text works. So there are so many options in dynamic text that you can explore. Then we will add an overview map. So that for adding a overview map, you need to again go on to the map frame option. Then under the region, we'll be selecting this region option where I have shown this second map, which was a like larger area of the map boundary and the surrounding area of the current map frame. So we'll select this region map. So now we want to add this region map, but we want to change the way it is going to add. So we want a circular overview map. So we'll just draw a circle and reduce the size little bit, drag this over here on the map, adjust the map little bit according to overview map so that it fits properly everything. So I am just activating this map to do a little bit of adjustment so that we can place properly all the things. Now I'm closing this map activation, adjusting the legends and this overview map little bit. Now it's looking fine. Now we'll work on this overview map. So overview map is like showing a bigger area of the current map. So we'll add a little extent indicator like in this overview map, which region has been specifically portrayed here in the main map. So for that we will add an extent indicator. So we'll click on this extent indicator, click on map frame. So you can see that a small rectangle box has been added in the overview map as this area has been zoomed up and shown in the main map. So you can also change the color of this extent indicator. So in the map frame tab, you can see the symbols. So I am changing the color to red. You can see that the color has been changed and increasing the thickness little bit. So now you can see that in the overview map, this red box has been zoomed up and shown in the main map. So this is how you will adding a extent indicator. So now the most of the map elements that are needed has been added, and you can add some more elements according to your need and explore other options. There are so many other options that can be added here in the map. So now we have completed this map and we can export this as a PDF format. For exporting this as a PDF, we'll click on share button, then click on export layout, then file type will be PDF, and I will export it somewhere in my PC, and I will keep all the options as the defaulted one. And now I'll click on export. So it will take a little bit time and export a PDF map for me. So now we'll click on view exported file. So now you can see that a map has been generated and exported in the PDF format. So in this way you can create a layout map in ArcGIS Pro, and you can also explore the other options